Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, monsieur le président, un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, monsieur le président, à l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Sonia Touko. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Docteur, tout Joseph, professeur à Los Angeles, comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 25 ans, 20 ans, directeur de tant, 30 ans? Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis. Vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pays avec vos familles.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Greetings to the beautiful people of British Cameroon and the beautiful people of La République du Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, once beaten, twice shy. Ladies and gentlemen, ever since the reintroduction of multi-party politics in the Cameroons, since 1992, today we are in what, 2025. A lot of people keep on saying that things have changed. 2025 is not 1992, it's not 1997, it's not 2004, it's not 2011, it's not 2018. My dear brothers and sisters, let me tell you one thing. The best year that the people could have defeated President Paul Biya of La République du Cameroon was 11 October 1992. Ever since, Mr. Biya has strengthened the electoral system to make sure that only the chop people the money can win. Take note, Mr. Biya never wake up one morning and say, I'm giving you multipartism. We force him. Then he went to his masters in France. He said very soon concurrence, competition will come. We forced him. They had their one-party election under Amadou Ahidjo, 99.9%, 99.9%. But today, ever since the reintroduction of multipartism, the so-called opposition political party, non-functional, these people, most of them, the Bello Buba, the Chiroma, the Jean Didier Momo, the Daikole Daisala, the John Frundi, you know the rest. All of them, they were CPDM. Ladies and gentlemen, I was in the Cameroons. I was young when there was one-party system. It was no excuse. Being in a political party, to join it, you have to have the ability and the judgment. Why am I joining CNU? Why am I joining CPDM? What are the objectives of SDF? But if you're a young man, I was young, I used to ask myself that question. What's the essence? So far, don't finish SDF. No manifesto. Why do you join it? So, ladies and gentlemen, in leadership, whatever, you have to ask yourself a question. Whether you're joining CPDM, why are you joining? If I join any political party in Western democracy, I want to be maybe elected a councillor. I want to be a parliamentarian. And one day, maybe I want to be the leader of the parties. But when most people in the Cameroons, you join a political party, one person, people own their political party. Bello Buba owns his political party. Kamto owns his political party. Bia owns his political party. Fundi used to own the political party. Political parties in the Cameroons, they are like what? Private properties. So why do you join a political party that's not open for other people to compete and debate? That's why we created British Cameroon National Party. Our party is a party that we know what we are doing. You see, today, a lot of people will come and make call for people, go and register, go and register. Ladies and gentlemen, it is like what? Putting the cart before the horse. Before you talk about that people should go and register, you have to come up with a list, paid member from your party, and say, oh, like example, in the United Kingdom, Niger Farage party is a new party. They have got 200 and something registered member. Conservative Party have got about, it used to be 160 registered member. I'm not sure. Labour Party, maybe they have gone down now, it's about 400,000 registered member. But if you ask the CPDM, that can you put a list of your registered member? Registered member are people who pay. Can SDF give you their registered pay member? What's their, how many members have they got? These members, registered member who pay their dues, they are the heart of a political party. Okay, SDF is celebrating 35 years. Where are their members? Register. I'm not talking about standing in front of a crowd. They are not your members. All of us, the voters are for everybody, but your members belong to your party. Maybe every month they can pay £1,000, 5,000, 20,000, 100,000 members they pay to the party. But no political party can show you their members in the Cameroon. But they tell you go and vote. It is your members, your militants who should sit and canvass and be the activists for your party. But we don't see it in the Cameroons ever since the reintroduction of political party in the Cameroons. People just can come and vote for me with no ideology, policy, manifesto. They just want you to vote for them. Because my name is Osman Daya, King of King, come and vote for me. It doesn't work that way. We need to know who you are. Ladies and gentlemen, ever since I was a boy, I've made this clear. It's just that some of you go and try your luck. I've been fortunate in the Cameroons to know most people. People close to power. Whether it's who? Example, I'll give you. I know Kamto personally. He was my lecturer. He taught me in Guakele. Droit administratif approfondi. That's close relationship. I knew him. Same like Dr. Munzo was my lecturer. Prime Minister Diongute was my lecturer. O.C. Joshua was my classmate in CPC Bali. So I know these people. When you go to the Muna's family, Pa Muna Evans running the Muna firm is my friend. So I know people. I don't just come and say, oh, this man is here, I should follow you. I want to know your life. I want to know what you have been doing all along in the Cameroons. I have my history. I know what I've been doing. Most often, we don't follow policies. For the first time, British Cameroon National Party have been talking about manifesto, but since 1992, they were not talking about manifesto. Politics of Personality Code. 1997, Politics of Personality Code. 2004, Politics of Personality Code. 2011, Politics of Personality Code, no manifesto. 2018, Politics of Personality, no manifesto. British Cameroon National Party started talking about manifesto. Yes, a lot of people keep on saying, yes, they have manifesto. But I'm asking them today, what do you stand? What's your fiscal policy? What's monetary policy? Most people don't even know the Cameroons, they don't have a central bank. Every independent country must have a central bank. Even France, that is in the Eurozone, they have a money that about 27 countries they use in the European Union. France have still got Banque de France, their central bank, which is a French bank of the Republic. So when you want to sit and talk about a country, you must know these things. You must know that there is no bank, and you tell the people, be frank, how are we going to do this? When you talk about fixing the economic of the Cameroons, you must go and ask, how many people, presidential candidates, including Mr. Bia, how many of them have read the constitution of CDC. I bet you none of them, they have never gone through it. If you want to run a country, these are things you need to know, little things. Because one, the constitution of CDC says all the product, they must export it. So by now, as a president or a presidential candidate, you should know why should we be exporting these things, the banana, the cocoa, the coffee, and gold, when we can bring experts who are people from Cameroon, experts whether it's in the diaspora or in other parts of the world, you bring them together. Okay, you come and make sure that you deal with a gold in the Cameroons. It will create thousands and thousands of jobs. Diamonds in the Cameroon create thousands and thousands of jobs. Banana, we want to make orange juice, fruit juice. Okay, we need this company to come and do those things inside our country. Then we export the finished product. We'll make more money. But we give them the raw materials for free. That's why you have to understand a country. I've never seen, including all Mr. Bia's ministers, they are corrupt, they embezzle most of them. I don't fancy any of them to be a minister. Opposition leader, I don't fancy them. They have no experience. You need experience to do everything, and I will talk about that. The crux of the matter in the Cameroons is what? It's France. Whether you like it or not, these people, they can bend and go left. All these people, they say they are presidential candidates in Cameroon. Maybe 99.9%, they are French puppet. They pay them, maybe either by giving them government contracts for them to stand as presidential candidate. They pay them. Because I've asked them, let's have this debate. Nobody wants to have this debate with me. I know these people, all of them. There are a lot of things I cannot talk about. I know long ago, I have all the details. Some people, they used to go to France and beg, campaign, lobby behind. Long ago, I knew those things, but I don't want to talk because we are not ready for democracy in the Cameroon. When you say certain things, that in a democracy, you scrutinize and hold people, non-functional government, non-functional opposition into account, people get annoyed. So sometimes I don't say these things, but with time, you see what I'm saying. Most of these people, they are there to legitimize the CPDM. You can't win them. You can't win them by the ballot box. I'm not being pessimistic. It's a fact. If you state a fact, something that you have studied for how long, you look at all French African countries, whether it's Togo, whether it's Democratic Republic of Congo, whether it's Congo Brazzaville, whether it's all those countries there, Gabon, all of them, Chad is father to son, father to son. That is it. Those of you who have done research, if they ask you to do research about passing power to the other person, you will not be surprised that they might pass the power one day to Frank Bia. What will you do? When you want to talk, they put the gendarme military be there. What happens? You will do nothing. You will do nothing. Some people, they do something, maybe in Algeria, maybe in Sudan, but nothing will change. My brothers and sisters, we are going to start our own electoral, campaign after the October election, if there's going to be one. We are going to start our own campaign because we of British Cameroon National Party, we have triggered Article 65 of the Constitution of La Republic du Cameroon. We want the right of self-determination. Regardless of which country you come from, whether you are Francophone, Anglophone, you can join our party. What matters is, do you want to be free from France? Ladies and gentlemen, that's what's important. Do you want to be free from France? It doesn't matter whether you're Nigerian, whether you're from South Africa. Do you support our policy that we want British Cameroon to be free from France? That's what we want. If your answer is yes, join us. If your answer is to remain with La République du Cameroun, then France is controlling you like all those presidential candidates you see, they are all French puppets. If you want to, then join La République du Cameroun, support CPDM. Because all those people, I've never seen a country, it's only in Africa, people who are going to stand for election, they eliminate these people. In Western countries, they don't eliminate any person. If I want to challenge to be the next prime minister, nobody will stop me. Me mention this thing. In the UK, I can challenge to be the next prime minister. All I need to do is to stand for election with my political party. If I win majority seat in parliament, I'll be the prime minister. That's it. They don't say, oh, Metro Lisinge, Elekam have to sit and select the people. No. I just need to take British Cameroon National Party. I say I'm standing for election. If I have majority parliament in the seat, I form the next government. So it's only in Africa that Elekam will have to go and sit in Ivory Coast. They will say, oh, we're going to select these people to eliminate people, because I'm not making it up. If we stand for election in the I'm not making, forget this in the francophone, anglophone. If we stand, we have political debate. Whether it's Mr. Bia, all these people. What people want to hear, if we have equal time on television and campaign fund, what people want to hear is not whether you're from Garua, or you're from Banso, or you're from Mundimba, or from Manu. It's not important. All I need to tell the people is the example. I am going to make sure that hospital will be free for everybody. How am I going to sponsor this? Maybe we have oil in Bakassi that we are not exploiting at the moment. I know business angels, some of them are from the Cameroons abroad, some of them foreign companies. We can take this, some of these are oil like mortgage, and they come and make sure that they construct the deep sea port, build new homes and oil refinery. Then we'll be paying them like mortgage. Then at least our people will be enjoying those new cities, free hospital and what. All I need to do, I can create 50,000 jobs. What do? I will stop the exportation of the natural resources or product from CDC. If we don't have experts in the Cameroon, we'll send them abroad or wherever to go and train, to come and change our natural resources into finished product. But however, our coffee, cocoa, okay, there's British chocolate. Maybe their chocolate is nice. Why we are training our own people to come and do the best and best and best of chocolate and what? I would say, okay, British chocolate. Can you bring your plant to the Cameroons? Okay, in the UK, British chocolate is employing maybe 5,000 people. In the Cameroons, maybe they are paying each of them £2,000 a month. In the Cameroons, when they come there, maybe they will pay people from the Cameroons 500,000 a month. That's good money to live in the Cameroons. That's what they do in China and other places. You bring those companies, Nescafe, all those things. The only company that they bring in Cameroon to us is what? Mimbo and cigar to kill our people. That's the only company. They can make orange juice. They can make biscuit. Those little things we don't do. Do you know how much chili, pepper, do you know how much is worth in this country? Millions and millions of pounds. This pepper that we put in our food like this, you go to supermarket, it is worth millions of pounds. Do you know beans, baked beans, all those things, they put it in small can, worth millions of pounds. There are certain things we don't do in the Cameroons. Why we are sending our people to go and learn, to know how to do it so that we can have our own. Our timber, all this nice sofa, this chair, those wood, to buy wooden things in Western world is very expensive. So we'll make all those companies, they have to come and set up in the Cameroons. They will create jobs. People will have jobs. Then that's how you make the country to progress. But people will just come and say, I will create jobs. They cannot tell you how they're going to do it. And ladies and gentlemen, we can do these things only with one and only one possibility. We have to stop France. Because as things stands, the cooperation agreement is still there in the Cameroons. France shall determine La République du Cameroon political, economic, and social orientation. British Cameroon was not part of the agreement. It was just La République du Cameroon. In 1959, we were not part of La République du Cameroon. But now, they are forcing this their cooperation agreement to British Cameroon. So, ladies and gentlemen, why waste your time with all these presidential candidates? Let's stand and start something, a movement that will remove France in the Cameroons. Whether you're from La République or British Cameroon, the fight is our fight. People say, oh, there's no longer a cooperation agreement. France shall manufacture the money of La République. France CFA, that was created in France in 1945. That's the cooperation agreement. That is it. France shall guide the determination of La République du Cameroon educational program at all levels. Where does ENAM come from? France, 1945. ENS, 1747, France. They created it there. Napoleonic Code, 1900 by Napoleon. They call it Code Civil. It's Napoleonic Code. Gendarmerie, is it 1791, created in France? All those things, Institut Pasteur, Eric, all their French things. So we Africans, we don't have our own African things. If I say I want British institution in the Cameroons, especially in British Cameroon, it's because it's more liberal. With the British system, they don't care. Scotland, you have your own money. In Britain, we don't have ID card, compulsory ID card. We are liberal. They don't try civilians in military tribunal. That's why we say we want our English system. We don't take administrators to be DOs and governor. People who are not politicians to do the job of politician. So ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure while they are going for their election, we are getting ready to have equal status to control our land by the right of self-determination. Pamuna, Pafoncha, and the rest, they use their right of self-determination and join La République. It doesn't mean we cannot use the same right and leave La République. Scotland used the right of self-determination and signed the Act of Union 300 years ago with England. In 2014, some Scottish people said they want to go, but they have, take note, they have majority in Scottish Parliament. They did not just come and say we want to go with mouth. They had the mandate. They stood for election, devolution, decentralization, got the mandate. They gave them another referendum. Do you want to leave United Kingdom or do you want to stay in the United Kingdom? They voted 55% to 45% to stay in the United Kingdom. That's democracy. So we of British Cameroon National Party, we are saying, let's use the right way. There is a right way. Forget their gendarme. If you use their laws, they bring their bees, gendarme, they might torture you, but when they go and realize it, like Yondo Black, when they wanted to create a political party in February 1990, they realized it. Oh, we're not beating them because of, they were not arrested because of, they wanted to create a party. But it's a lie. La République, they don't know their own laws. Look at the people today, they say they want to be presidential candidate. Lack of vision. If you want to be a leader, you have to have a clear vision. You should articulate a compelling vision for the country's future and how you plan to achieve it. Has anybody ever talked about it? They torture people, nobody say anything. You have to demonstrate genuine commitment to serve the public. All these people, presidential candidates, when they changed the federal constitution, they were silent, they said nothing. They don't care. When Aijo was taking us to France, destroying all the institutions, Wadawoom, Power Cam, Tico Airport, Cameroon Bank, they were silent. All those people were saying they want to be presidential candidate. They were watching it. Maybe I was not born, but they were watching it. But the difference, we of our generation, when we came, they wanted to assimilate. I was even still a boy in CPC Bali. René Zengele wanted to assimilate our English educational system with French. We walk from CPC Bali. We come and stop the school. That's genuine commitment to show you're serving the public. When we realized the system was wrong, we fought for GCE. But where are all these presidential candidates? Where were they? Some of them are above 70 years. So what were they doing? Nothing. Multipartism, we know ourselves. We're there in the street fighting for where were all these presidential candidates? You have to show genuine commitment to serve the public. These are the things. National Conference, Tripartite, we fought. When they were beating university students in the Cameroons, teachers and lawyers, I was in London. I could have sat here and said it doesn't concern me. But I went to the street, slept in the embassy in a cold winter. That's genuine commitment to show that I want to serve the people. But look at all these presidential candidates. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. I've asked them to come and debate. Because why? We want accountability, transparency. You cannot be asking Mr. Bia about accountability and transparency. I said, come and tell us all the contract that you have been having from the government. It's about transparency and accountability. Conflict of interest. Come and tell us. If there's openness, if there's transparency, it is essential to build trust and accountability. You don't just come somewhere, you have never been anything. What experience have you got to run a country? Local government, regional government, at all levels. What experience? Normally, before you want to be a certain post in the Cameroons, you don't start, I want to be president. Maybe you have run local election, win or not win, you learn experience there. But these people, they just come. Nobody have ever elected them in their life. If you look at most politicians in democracy, they elect them. Even in Ivory Coast, the former prime minister, the one who was of late, he was elected as a mayor in his local area. Most of them, they elect them, they climb up. But in the Cameroons, you just take civil servant, teacher, this. They have nothing, no clue about how to run a country. They say they want to be president. What policy? Do they ever talk about policy? This thing, cooperation agreement, that France is controlling us. You have to bring your policy. How are you going to stop it? Most of them, they did not even know that the economy of the Cameroons is not being run by the Cameroons. If you look at the economy, the key of any country, the heart of a country is the central bank. They control the interest rate. They decide whether to devalue money. We don't have a central bank. France is the one doing it. The economy of the country is very important. The Minister of Economy and Finance is the person who has to determine the monetary policy, interest rate, how you borrow money, demand and supply, trade, all those things. But he doesn't do it. He just sits there. My name is Minister of Finance. Then Macron in France, they do the things. But he just sits there doing nothing, eating taxpayers' money. The Minister of Finance, Economy is France. It's not Motaze. That's a fact. They don't tell you. Nobody will tell you this. Healthcare. When I was growing up, hospital in British Cameroon was free. But today, it's business. Tell us, healthcare. Are we going to go back to the healthcare system that we used to have in British Cameroon? Educational system. We don't need to be reciting Napoleon Bonaparte, English history, welfare, Hitler. What has that got to do with us? I want to learn about Dr. Ndeli, good or bad. I want to learn about Pamuna, Pafoncha, good or bad, Fonkashan. Sorry. Those are the things I want to know. I am not interested. Napoleon Bonaparte will take me nowhere. Fishing in Japan will take me nowhere. Why are we afraid to study our own history? I want to study my history. We learn from our own mistakes, good or bad. I study European history, English history, all those things. You follow these, their leaders, the good ones, the bad ones, that's it. But people are scared to study our own history because most of them are still alive. They will expose them. That's why they are afraid to do those things. We have different educational systems. We must not force French educational system in British Cameroon. We have police. We don't need gendarmes. The job of a police is to bring order, to police the system, to make sure our streets are safe. So why do you need gendarme and B? It's only in Africa that their military are there to oppress the people. Britain, America, and other European countries, they have military to protect their citizens from outside danger. But La République, using military to oppress their people, then they call them terrorists, some people. They don't even know the meaning of a terrorist. You have a right to protest. You have a right when you have a corrupt government that is stealing your money, it doesn't give you electricity, you have a right to fight. You are not a terrorist. Yes, there are criminals, some criminals. People who kidnap people for ransom are criminals. People who rape women and children are criminals. People who stop people, ask them money, lockdown, war crimes, they are criminals. But if there's no electricity, people pay tax. You go there, you want to take your retirement money, they say 40%. They do this, that's stealing. You go and meet lawyers, some judges in Cameroon, they are corrupt, police corrupt, this thing corrupt. You have a right to fight back. You have a right to fight corruption. CPDM is a corrupt government. Most people who have seen Mr. Biya have locked a lot of people in prison. And one, in the Western world, when you put a lot of top people in your government, ministers, whatever, delegate, they steal money. The buck stops with the president. Mr. Biya should resign because why? Mr. Biya have not got the judgment and the ability to put people who have probity and integrity to run the government. So instead of Mr. Biya locking them up, if he was in a Western democracy, Mr. Biya will resign for his failure, error of judgment. That is how it works. To be a leader, you have to know crisis management, the ability to handle unexpected crisis. Look, today we are in the Cameroons. Look, Anglophone problem. Nobody can solve it. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need to be a president to change a country. Little me, with other few people, we have changed the Cameroons. Just fighting for Boya University. We fought for it. Biya did not wake up. How many people have gone through Boya University? How many people are lecturers there? It's because of us. That is the changes we brought to the Cameroons. Same with GCE board. We fought for multipartism. Benjamin Etue, they were saying Dimabola, they don't want multipartism. They want one-party system. Today, they are the one fighting to be senator. So what? Most of you, today who are members of parliament, senator, we fought for it. You were not part of us when we used to fight for those things. So we have changed the Cameroons without being in power. If we would have been quiet when they were beating, raping Boya University students, teachers, and lawyers, if we were not all over the streets of London and other parts of the world, there wouldn't have been any major national dialogue. So some of you, they have given the so-called regional assembly. Who are you? The House of Chief. You're the people sitting there eating money. I was not in government. I sat outside there, fought for those things. You people are the one benefiting. Chief Ebako, House of Chief, regional government, fake decentralization. At least we fight to change the country. I have done a lot for that country ever since I was born than most people who are working there and receiving taxpayers' money. When we fight, Tico drink, Kumba drum, Tico drink, Kumba drum, we have been working. I can stand. That's why I want people. If there is any, I'm not saying there are not people. When I talk, especially in the government, the amount of people that we have made, they have got job for Boya University because of our fight is because of us. A lot of students who were not able to go to Ngwakele because of the French system or what, they went to Nigeria, Jam. Some of their parents could not pay. Now you enjoy Boya University. It's because of us. I'm a lizard who jumped from an Iroko tree. If you don't praise me, I will knock at my chest and praise myself. If it was in England, I did all those things. What I did in the Cameroons, they will put a statue there. Maître Mola Alex Ntiveli, for the things that I have done. Imagine having done all the things that I've done without being in power, without using taxpayers' money. Imagine that I was in power using taxpayers' money. Singapore for the for back. Dubai for being a small thing. So you need a courageous person. You don't need now people that go bow down for France. Come October, they don't give these people the thing. Mr. Biya win them. 1992, 39%. Take note, it was coalition for change. It was not just Funde. Coalition for change. Mr. Biya still had 39%. Coalition for change had 35%. 12 October 1997. Mr. Biya had 97%. Hugwenle had 2%. The same thing will happen. It's repeating itself. 11th of October 2004. Mr. Biya had 70%. Fundi had 17%. 9th October 2011. Mr. Biya had 77%. Fundi had 10%. 18th October 2018. Mr. Biya had 70%. Moise Kamto had 14%. October come 2025. Mr. Biya 75%. The people, the next person will stand, I don't know. We have, is it 10% and the other one? Maybe Mr. Biya will have, like the rest will have 18%. In 2018 presidential election. Barrister Keremuna had what? 0.35%. So these people, they look at their report card. At some time, they will say, no, we are not good enough. We have been standing, we have been supporting people since 1992. Let's stay back. But they will not stay back. African people. Leave other people with modern technology, with experience, to come and stand there. People who went to school in 1940s, they want to come and be ruling the country. Things have changed. The educational system have changed. Europe went through 2 industrial revolutions. You people were watching. People were making nuclear weapons to protect their country. You people were watching. You in Africa, you people have never had industrial revolution. That's industrial revolution. It's not about industry. People stop using mortar pistol, pepper stone. They start using all those machines now to do things. In Africa, we are still using pepper stone, mortar pistol, no light. We need to go through industrial revolution. So all these people want to be presidential candidate. Did you not see industrial revolution? What were you doing? Today they are what? Artificial intelligence. You have to start industrial revolution before you come for artificial intelligence. People who cannot put light in their own place. Go to Vietnam. Go to most Eastern European countries. They were colonized too. Look at Vietnam, light 24 hours. But you people there, you were growing up with Aijo. You're all eating money. Either yourself or your father, you were eating taxpayer money. Did Aijo tell Pamuna and Pafoncha that don't construct Bamenda? Aijo didn't. You're a vice president, prime minister. You have the power to construct your place, to build an airport. Ever since they had that small Bali airport, it took how long when the Pope was coming before they were trying to make a Bafut airport? So ladies and gentlemen, these people, they are not ambitious. I see some people in the Cameroon. They say they are hardworking. But when you look where they come from, there's no light, no water, nothing. If you are hardworking, stay in your village and develop it. When people go to Kuwait, people come to England or Europe or America, Mexicans, they leave Mexico to go to America. It's not because they are hardworking. They are economic migrants. They are going there for better life. So if you know you are a Mexican, you are hardworking, stay in Mexico and construct your country. So for those of you, sometimes you say you are hardworking, then you leave your town or village and go to other. You are not hardworking. You are economic migrant. If I'm hardworking, I'll clean my house. I cannot go and clean my neighbor's house and I say hardworking. Some of you should learn those things. Nobody is a fool. People come to Europe for better life, economic reason. People come here for different reasons. Some come because they are expert for jobs. People come there, don't get me wrong. Not everybody who is in the Western world came here because of economic reason. I thought I would have been in Cameroon now because to me, I love me Africa. Unfortunately, Aijo and Paul Biya, they have destroyed Africa because I know that that's my home. I came here, I study. People don't come here. Oh, diaspora, this is not our home. Some people, maybe they want to live here. Some of us want to go back to our home. We are Africans. But we have left people there. When I used to be in the Cameroons, it was better. There are people who sit there, they say they want to run the Cameroons. I've never seen them walking in the street. They put a picture, video, our streets are dirty. How can we do the plan to do it? If you cannot fix your bed, then you think that you can govern a country. If your streets are dirty, you don't even stand and challenge the government that my streets are dirty, then you're not fit to run a country. Because you should be challenging the government, you should be writing to his sacram. There's a proposal. Most of our military in the Cameroons, people who are in the military, most of them, they have no job, they don't do anything. They are being paid. Why can the military should kick his sacram away, take the money from his sacram and make sure that the military, they clean the streets? That's another suggestion. They are already being paid. Most military, they are in the barracks, they are not doing anything. Why can't you take them to clean the streets? When there was Olympic in London, the military came to assist. They are already paying them, so you don't need to double pay. Take the contract from his sacram, give it to the military. Let them clean our streets. But you don't do that. Everybody, money in Cameroon is free. When you're earning taxpayers' money, you have to pay something back. So, ladies and gentlemen, once more, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndiveli Singh, the leader of British Cameroon National Party, the only party that is going to save the Cameroons, the only party that is going to remove you from France. Insofar as you replace Mr. Biya, France is still there, nothing will change. Election doesn't change anything. Nobody is talking about separation of power. Nobody is talking about stopping these unelected governors and start electing people. Nobody is saying that. You can listen. Let them copy from Metro Alex and Ndiveli Singh. Copy what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong to copy good policies from British Cameroon National Party. We can share you our good policies. You take it and copy it and make British Cameroon and La République du Cameroun to be great again. We want our country back from France. We have to take back control. Ladies and gentlemen, it will happen. Once more, have a very, very wonderful day. And we hope that things are going to change for the best. Thank you very much.
Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Parce que c'est le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des vieux. Des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 25 ans, 20 ans, directeur de tant, 30 ans? Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles, vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis, vous partagez le pays avec vos familles, vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Les attraper. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les premiers, les attraper. Qui les avait nommés d'abord dans ce poste-là? C'est toi qui les avais nommés, papa. Tu as oublié. Tu as seulement oublié.